welcome to Camp Randall Stadium, home to the Wisconsin Badgers. As we'll see, a playoff team from last year, the USC Trojans, taking on a fellow Big Ten foe, the Wisconsin Badgers. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollock with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. So Wisconsin's offense will have the football first. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone. And you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming to this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
Out across the 30 and out of bounds at the 33, and that's what you're looking for when you're backed up in your own territory. And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. Back to pass, it's O'Neal. And the defense, they've got him at the 27.
Well, it's been a little bit of a seesaw here the last 2 plays. Offense gets a chunk play, and then the defense gets a sack. Great job by the defense there, turning the page and coming up with the big one.
And the Badgers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Got a man, it's Jones. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
They're working that left side. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. The Badgers send out the punt unit. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. They'll get him down at the 21-yard line. The coverage team able to stop him right there. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Trying to make magic on the scramble. His defense fully aware that he can run. They stop him after a short gain. Let's talk for just a second here about USC. If they seeded the playoff today, these guys are in, but we know they're not content with that. They want so much more, David.
They do, and this squad has been building and trying to get to the point where they can get to the playoff and be a national champion. And right now they're in the mix, which is really, really good halfway through the season. A lot of work still to be done.
Yeah, this coaching staff really at this point is just trying to keep this team focused as a top 10 team halfway through the year. It's about attention to detail, and that's got to show up in this one today.
And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. So the last thing you want to do is start the game, first drive, go 3 and out. They won't do that here. They might. He's got it, 1st down and more. There he goes. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
Ooh, there's an example, Jesse, of a receiver making his quarterback look bad. Most of the time, they make it look good and cover up for him. All those balls y'all don't throw.
Intercepted for the 11th time. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Looking to throw, it's O'Neal. And that defensive penetration gave him no chance, and he is ridden out of bounds. They've got to get the football to the 32 to pick up the first down. Trying play action. Finds the tight end. They'll pick up enough yardage for the first down. They've got it at the 30. There's not a lot more beautiful in football than the play action and the open tight end.
Because it freezes those linebackers. It freezes those safeties because they have to come up for a second and play the run. And then the big tight ends, big target.
And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. We've reached the end of the first quarter, and it has been a defensive battle, and the stats tell the tale so far. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. Looking to fire. Finds his tight end. Hard-hitting tackle.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Quick release by the QB. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a first down in the red zone at the 14. And the Badgers are rolling down the field. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Touchdown, Badger! That's the way you finish a drive and put up points. Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. These two have spent plenty of time together. That was almost telepathic, David.
No doubt, and quarterbacks and wide receivers throw all off-season to get on the same page. You can see he hits him in stride. That's why he gets the touchdown.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. They're looking for something, looking for anything to try to put some kind of score on the board, down 7-0. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Got enough for the first. They'll mark him down at the 37. It's a 10-yard gain. For all of the star quality that USC has been built on, good offensive line, strong running game has always been a hallmark.
No doubt about it. I think they're built on, the passing game and explosive playmakers out wide, but they've always had that balance at USC. You got to have a little bit of the boring to go with the glitz and the glamour.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. The play action fake. Steps away. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Got him, and nobody's close. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. The big gain on offense, and the play will stand. The offense declines the penalty. The Trojans are threatening on 1st and goal. The give to the left side. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. They keep pushing forward, now back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. They'll run it to the left, looking for the end zone. And he'll get this one back to the line of scrimmage, but no farther than that.
It's looking like they're going to have to throw this one in now on 3rd down, David. And the execution just has to be spot on. Timing, especially at the quarterback position here.
And thinking about the defense, they're aggressive in these situations. They're going to play man. They're going to play uptight on you. So I know that. Now how do I counterpunch and attack this defense?
Forced to just throw it away on 3rd down, and now they face 4th. They'll send out the kicker to try to salvage this drive. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. No good. And they couldn't cut into the lead. It's still a 7-point game. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Fires to the tight end. What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Looking for a man. It's O'Neal. Finds his big tight end. That'll be a gain of about 7. Leaves him with 3rd and 3. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. The Badgers come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. They'll try to get it through the air. Here's a heat. Caught near the sticks. It's Jones. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. And the Badgers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll run play action. Throws to the wideout. And it's an incomplete pass over the middle.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. You can see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed into.
Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
Timeout, USC.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Motion from the back. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. He stopped short, and it's 4th down. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call.
USC.
The kick is on its way. Really nice job all the way around. Got a few blocks, made a couple of moves, and a good return on that one before he's pushed out of bounds. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They built up some time of possession with that last drive, but couldn't turn it into points with the missed field goal. We'll see if they can put something on the board this time. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Grabbed in the middle, it's Lane. Stopped at the 43 after the 15-yard pickup. And the Trojans want to crank the tempo. Dropping back, it's Mayava. Rushes on him. Quarterback extends the play. Got the first down. He turns this into a nice gain and gets down to avoid the hit. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. To the air on first down. A strike downfield. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. The Trojans have taken it inside the 20. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Bought a little time, lets it go. The quarterback's a little more on target there. Maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Wants to go up top. Pressure coming. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Southern Cal.
And this offense really struggled in the first half, but how about taking the last possession down the field, punching 6 on the board with a chance to tie this football game up. Low scoring, but nice job finishing this half with a touchdown.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board.
Brought down just short of the sticks on the screen pass. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds.
Wow, you saw the speed of the defense there. They're trying to spit this football out to the running back on the perimeter. And how about the defense able to get to him quickly to bring him down for no gain?
To the air, it's O'Neal. And that's not the way they drew it up. It's incomplete. The Badgers will send out the punt unit. They'll look to pin him deep. Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Lost a throw on first down. Time to take a shot. Catch inside the 30 and still running. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's called.
Looking to throw on first down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. Looks like we've got a terrific atmosphere there in Madison.
And the Badgers will boot it away to start the second half. On the move from inside his 5. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Across the 30, out of bounds at the 31-yard line, and they kick-started this drive with that one. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep
turning it on. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set as he's able to rip off that one for a first down.
Quarterback making checks. Back to throw, it's Mayava. Makes the grab. They get him on the ground at the 37, but give him 15 yards on that chunk play, and they'll move the chains. And the Trojans getting set on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. He'll get rid of it. Pulls it in. Finds a crease at the 20. Races down to the 2 and stopped just short of the goal line as he goes out of bounds.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
A first down run on the doorstep. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Yeah, what a great job by the defense. You got to understand, it's physical time, right? They want to run the football when they start getting inside the 5. Nice job getting penetration, getting the tackle for the loss.
Now 2nd and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. He wants it all. Touchdown USC. And that one will put them up here in the second half. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Handoff to Jones. Got room at the 35. Ripped Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. Off play action on first down. Got out of trouble and throws. Gets it out fast. Ridden out of bounds at the 45. A big play for this offense. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. Now the play fake. Oh, they're after him. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Now the offense looks as if they fell on the fumble, and they'll keep the ball.
The ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep 2 hands on the ball as well. And they're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
Fires to the wideout. Slicing and dicing through this defense, and they've got it down to the 23. The Badgers racing to the line in the hurry-up.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come over, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast. They want to crank up the tempo.
Got him downfield. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, but they've got it 1st and goal.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Looking for the goal line. Goes out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they'll be set up and in great position here.
Nice job by the defense, forcing the 3rd and goal. You can't allow any run after catch in these situations. Play aggressive, play tight, and play physical.
Looking to throw on 3rd and goal. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Wisconsin. Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board. Setting up for the extra point and the tie.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was, we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
They go back to work in the final period of this one. To the air, it's Mayaba. Snagged out of the air. Oh, what a move to get open. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48. Good job by the receiver there, not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback can throw in the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that...
And this is going to be intercepted. A big play in a tie game. He couldn't quite get loose on that return. He'd already made the play, and they've got it at the 35. First play of this drive comes from the 35-yard line. Fires to the big fella. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. And the Badgers can really attack on this 2nd and short. Quick release on the RPO. Nothing but green grass down the middle. Touchdown, Badger. And they've moved out front here in the 4th.
And how nice is it to have a playmaker like that I can get the ball out of my hands, right to him, and say, all right, dude, you got jets, you can fly, catch the slant, make some people miss, outrun some angles, and get all the way to the end zone.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those.
Oh, he's got some space. up, and they are threatening. That is a highly efficient way to move the chains, and now they are threatening inside the 40. They'll throw it to the back on the screen.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous and you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
Across the 25 to the 24-yard line before he stopped. Pick up a 5 and a first down.
Well, I love the job by the offensive line, getting a good push there on second down, and you see guys bleeding into the second level of the defense, getting a hat-on-hat to go get that first.
Quarterback floating away from pressure. It'll be incomplete, trying to extend the play, but just couldn't find anybody open.
Well, the receiver getting a little ahead of himself on that one. You saw him calling for the ball. He thought he was wide open. He thought that was going to be an easy catch. The ball finally gets to him, and he drops it. If you're going to call for the ball like that and call your shot, you've got to secure the catch.
And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn upfield. We saw that right there.
And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. The Trojans headed quickly to the line. Might be changing the route. Back to throw, it's Mayava. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Second and goal, no dice for this offense. If I'm on offense right now, I'm thinking about who are my mismatches? Who are my big bodies out wide that I can throw them the football and they can make a play over top of somebody.
Wants to fire it in the end zone on 3rd and goal. Wide out trying to get it in. Almost in, but they'll say he didn't make it, inches away from the touchdown. Quick timeout called by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. Down in the final period in a tight game, and they will go for it on 4th and goal. Go straight ahead. Touchdown, Trojans. And they take it in for 6 more points.
And the head coach is going to keep going for it on 4th down because his offense responds like that. Your coach gives you the ultimate vote of confidence. Down on the goal line, we're going for it. I believe in you guys to execute and get us in the end zone, and they pay it off. Phenomenal job up front by the offensive line. You love to see a team respond to their coach's confidence.
Okay, here comes the Wisconsin offense onto the field. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. They'll give it to the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. The clock stops as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the game. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Back to pass, it's O'Neal. He's got him down the middle. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Dumps it to the back. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. The Badgers decide to punt it away. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. The offense really couldn't ask for much more than this, Jesse.
You're right. With this much time on the clock, David, the playbook's wide open. You don't have to just be throwing it every down. You can sprinkle in some runs, too.
And you find out what your quarterback's about. Big time, prime time moment. You got the ball, tie game, you want to go win. Make some plays from the big dog.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. They'll snap it from the 34 on 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. Makes the catch. It's Lane. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together.
Yeah, and that was tough on the DB, right? He's trying to cover the receiver on a drag route, running back over the middle of the field. You're trying to avoid all the linebackers, all of the congestion. He just couldn't stay with them long enough, and as a result, fresh set of downs for the offense.
Now inside the 20, 1st and 10 from the 18. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Fans are bringing the noise on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Trying to move the pile into the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2.
I love the play call here late in the game. You've got 2 timeouts. You need points to win, but you can still run the football, and you can lean on this offensive line and your ball carrier to get it done. That was a really good-looking play late.
Slams it ahead. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. The offense uses a timeout. 15 seconds left to play. Pound their way in. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop. They get the timeout and the clock reads 3 seconds. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Absolutely perfect. They have grabbed the lead in the waning seconds of the game, and they are so close to victory.
And you want a touchdown, and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And the returner goes down. That was fun, and it was big time, and it is a confidence builder.